Italy may be one of the places on your bucket list, but for a select group of the rich, it's their playground, and these wealthy kids know how to party like no other. Have you ever wondered who the richest woman in Italy is? Well, listen up because we are dropping all the knowledge later in the video, but you have to stay tuned to see. New around here? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos like this. Now, on to inside the lives of the rich kids of Italy. Oh, Italy. When you think of the country, what comes to mind? Sprawling vineyards, castles, exquisite shopping? How about all of the above? Italy is a place that most people only dream of visiting. It has one of the fashion capitals of the world, Milan, as well as some of the most romantic cities you could ever imagine, like Venice and Florence. For most people, Italy is a bit too expensive to fully take advantage of. But for the rich kids who live there, the country is like a giant playground. Forget about the view of Italy that you may have gotten from the season of the Jersey Shore where they live abroad. The version of Italy that these silver spoon kids live in is completely different. First, you might be asking yourself, how did these Italians get so rich? You might be a little surprised to learn the answer. They save. Studies have shown that at least until the mid-1990s, Italy had one of the highest saving rates of advanced countries. They saved on average around 20% of their disposable income. Can you imagine how much money you would accumulate if everyone in your family saved 20% of their income and then handed it down from generation to generation? It would be insane. Reports have also shown that in 2011, 54% of Italian household total assets were attributed to real estate, which is quite high compared to other countries in Europe. Secondly, most Italians own their homes, whereas in America, we are obsessed with rent culture. We rent houses, apartments, and lease cars, which kind of amounts to throwing money out of the window. The cultural preference in Italy is to own your own home. In 2013, 69% of Italians owned homes. But even with most people owning homes, the rich are still extremely disproportionately wealthy in comparison to the poor. The wealth of the richest 1% of the country is 70 times that of the poorest 30%. This just means that while the whole country may be doing pretty well, the rich are doing even better. They are living lives that rival those of some of the most famous celebrities, and they are doing it all without a care in the world. Many people also marry within their wealth class, which means that money just circulates between the same families. The chances of marrying into a rich family in Italy are few and far between, unfortunately. But if you are lucky enough to be born into one of the golden families, then your life is set from the start. So, who are these rich families? Let's start at the top. Maria Francafisolo is the richest person in Italy. She is the matriarch of the Nutella empire. She inherited the company when her father set up a confectionery lab in 1946. After he passed away, vegetable oil was added to the recipe of Nutella and it became what it is known as today. The family also owns Kinder, Tic Tac, and Ferrero Rocher. Maria has two sons, Giovanni Ferrero and Pietro Ferrero Jr. Giovanni currently has a net worth of over $20 billion, and his children Michele Ferrero and Bernardo Ferrero are some of the richest around. Leonardo Del Vecchio has also made his family one of the richest around. He is the chairman of Luxottica Group, which is the largest producer and seller of glasses and lenses in the world. He's the 50th richest person in the whole world and is worth $18.7 billion. Great for him, but even better for his grandchildren. They are the heirs to the group that runs brands like Sunglass Hut, LensCrafters, Ray-Ban, and Oakley, just to name a few. Christian Del Vecchio and Angelica Del Vecchio are the lucky grandchildren that get to call one of the richest men in the world Grandpa. Next on the list, we have Stefano Pessina. He's the chief executive officer and the largest shareholder of the Walgreens Boots Alliance. He has a number of grandchildren, although the family likes to keep their lives very private. Can you imagine how much money those kids have, though? Do you know how many Walgreens and Boots there are in the world? Unimaginable. Outside of the families who own some of the biggest brands in the world, the rest of the rich in Italy are that way because their parents were and their grandparents, and so on. A recent study by two Italian economists found that the richest families in Florence, Italy are the same ones who are wealthy 600 years ago. The top earners among the current taxpayers were found to have already been at the top of the socio-economic ladder 6 centuries ago, the study's researchers said. They also found that the 4 highest earning last names of 2011 were all above average earning last names back in 1427. 3 of the 4 were actually in the top 10%, 100%. This just means that for the rich kids of Italy, their futures and the futures of their children and children's children are already set. Imagine being in a family that has been wealthy for centuries. Can you think of the kind of freedom that would give you? To be able to do whatever you want knowing that you had a big centuries-old trust fund to fall back on? That must be why the rich kids of Italy are living such lavish lives. So lavish, in fact, that their escapades are displayed on not one, but two Instagrams. The wealthy kids of most cities and countries have the standard rich kids of Instagram handle, but there are so many kids with money in Italy that two Instagram accounts have been created to showcase their escapades. If you want to see what they are up to, you can follow at Rich Kids of Italy and at Italian Rich Kids. Both pages show off some insane lifestyles, but beware, scrolling down the feeds of both pages may make you extremely envious. Even their breakfasts look amazing. One photo shows a breakfast of croissants and orange juice being eaten on top of one of the most beautiful mountains that we've ever seen. Seriously, we are lucky if we can even eat some toast in the kitchen before getting the day started, nonetheless eat breakfast in exotic locations. To make the page even more luxurious looking, each photo of the Rich Kids of Italy page is lined in a gold frame. In the photos, you can find certified rich kid Tommaso Zorzi living it up. His own personal page has an impressive amount of followers. According to his pictures, it seems like his life is just one big vacation. Did we mention that he has the prettiest friends, the best clothes, and the best homes? Crystal Isabel Marcon also graces the channel quite often. You can see photos of her and her friends jumping into private jets to go off and explore the world. Her personal page also has a hefty amount of followers. They wait in constant anticipation to see what new thing this Italian socialite will post. If there is one thing that all of these Instagram stars and super rich kids have in common, it's their love of shopping. Italy has some of the most expensive, top-of-the-line shopping destinations in the world, so it would only make sense that its well-off residents take advantage of what's in their backyards. First, they can go to Via Condotti in Rome. It is one of the most elegant shopping streets in the world. Hermes, Cartier, Giorgio Armani, Valentino, Trussardi, Chanel, Gucci, Bulgari, La Perla, and Prada can all be found on this amazing street. The shop windows are also works of art in themselves. This place is so exclusive that the sales staff will regularly look people up and down before they enter and decide whether or not they are worth their attention. Next, they usually hit up Via Borgognonia. People from around the world come to shop here. The area is so hot that even fashion houses set up shop there. Laura Biagiotti, the certified queen of cashmere, even has her offices there. You can shop at Monetti, which sells expensive suits for men, or Ermenegildo Zegna, a top Italian fashion house known for its excellent quality handmade garments. If shoes are more your thing, Fratelli Rossetti is also in the area. So you see, not only do the rich in this area have some super exclusive brands, but they have them all conveniently located on streets that are just for the rich. These wealthy kids could easily spend thousands of dollars without even changing streets. Oh, and did we forget to mention that Rome has the largest Fendi store in the world? Yep, it takes up the whole Palazzo Boncompagni Ludovisi. All you need to do is take one look at all the shops and high streets in Italy to see this country was specifically designed for the rich. Because fashion and shopping are so deeply ingrained in Italian culture, you can probably imagine how big of a deal Fashion Week is for the well-off Italians. These are some of the rich kids you should know if you ever find yourself at Fashion Week in Milan. First off, Chiara Ferragni. She turned her love for clothes into a blogging brand and has become a front-row regular at Fashion Week. Next, we have Eleonora Carisi. She is the owner of Juju Villeroy blog. She also owns the UU store, which is a new mecca for cutting-edge style and trends. Now let's take a look at Coco Brandolini Dada and her sister Bianca. They are descended from actual Italian royalty. Their parents are a count and countess. Coco has worked as the head of couture at Dolce & Gabbana. The younger sister Bianca channeled her wealth into becoming a model and actress. Finally, we have Margherita Missoni. She was also born into wealth. She is the granddaughter of Ottavio and Rosita Missoni, who together founded fashion brand Missoni. She has served as an ambassador for the brand as well as a model. If you spot any of these rich kids, you can rest assured that they will be rocking some of the latest fashion and wearing clothes that cost more than most people's rents. You may think that all of this luxury shopping would take up most of the money that these rich kids have, but you would be oh so wrong. They have so much money that they can afford all of these crazy shopping trips and still buy luxury cars and go on insane vacations. Just look at either of the rich kids of Italy Italy Instagram accounts. These kids actually own Ferraris. Those cars range in price from $188,425 to over $400,000, and some of these kids don't even have a license. Of course, they also have Mercedes and Porsches galore. On one of their Instagram pictures, you can even see a giant stuffed bear sitting in the front seat of a Lamborghini with butterfly doors. Even their stuffed animals live extravagant lives. It's hard not to be jealous. And that is not even mentioning the numerous pictures of these people in private jets. It seems like every day they are jetting off to some new exotic location. From beaches with cabanas to some of the most exclusive nightclubs and events, every day is like a party for these wealthy youngsters. They eat in some of the most expensive restaurants daily and don't even think about the cost of the meal. What a life! So when it comes to the rich kids of Italy, there's a lot to be said. True, most of them were born into their wealth, but these people aren't living stale lives by any means. In fact, the kids of today are living it up like never before. They are showing off their wealth more than ever. They are wearing expensive clothes, rocking Rolexes, and not caring who sees it. Because when you are the grandchildren of some of the wealthiest people in the country, there is no reason not to live it up. That's it for Inside the Lives of the Rich Kids of Italy. Were you surprised by their crazy lifestyles? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching!